money. We got that fly Nubian money. We talk about that money. We all about that money. Money. We got that fly Nubian money. We talk about that money. We all about that money. We love our black skin, our melanin, always focusing in on that money. We always win, money never thin, 'cause we hustling, always focusing in money. We got that money. Money. We that fly Nubian money. Boss talk, Connie, we stack it up.
Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. So we are here on this lovely Friday, and we have a really interesting topic. So let's get into it. So during the pandemic, I'm pretty sure everybody remember when everybody talking about the PPP loans. They became one of the biggest financial stories in the country. Businesses were shut down. People were scared financially, and relief money started moving in fast. For some people, these loans help keep their businesses alive and families afloat. For others, it became an opportunity to take advantage of the system that many believed would never be checked. Now, the government is going back through applications, audits are increasing, and hundreds of thousands of borrowers are being flagged for potential fraud tied to billions of dollars in loans. This conversation is bigger than just paperwork and prison sentences. It raises questions about financial literacy, desperation, greed, accountability, and how social media normalizes people publicly showing off money that may have been illegally obtained, because now the same internet that celebrated fast money is watching people potentially lose everything over it. So I have some of my favorite queens that are perfect to have this conversation with. I have Miss Debra Will Win on YouTube. Hey girl, hey.
Hey, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Fly Nubian Money family.
And then I have Miss Yolanda. She is the insurance agent to the stars, and baby, she can insure that pinky toe, okay? Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. You know it.
So when you guys heard or you guys saw this topic, what were your initial thoughts? I'm going to go with you first, Miss Yolanda.
Man, look, they knew this was coming. So look, my initial thoughts was this, because I always think out there. The government was setting people up for the next prison system ring, because prisons they're empty. They're not as full as they used to be. And I really think that this was a way to get people to commit crime, because they know people are greedy. They know human nature. Yep. We're greedy. We like money. So yeah. I think this was a way for them to set people up for the future, because they knew that they were coming back 4 or 5 years later. They knew they were going to do their checks and balances, and they were going to put people in prison who committed these frauds. That's my initial thought.
Yeah. And I will agree with you. So when I first thought about this, I'm like, there were I think people just got excited about the fact that they thought they were getting this free money, but it's almost like them parking a van outside. I forgot exactly where that was. Parking a van full of shoes and then arresting people that tried to steal from them. It was almost, to me, it seemed like a setup. And I felt like people just fell right into the trap. And not only did they fall into the trap, but they made it known publicly, like, hey, I got this PPP money. This is what I'm splurging it on, as opposed to using it for what it was for. So, correct. Debra, what were your thoughts when you first heard about it?
When I first heard about the story, I couldn't believe how easy it was for people to get the money. That was the first red flag for me. I'm like, wait a minute, you just had your business less than a year and you've given all this money? Like, mm-hmm. That is very skeptical. And then the second thing, a lot of times in our community, they make us do more than we always have to do, like as far as showing documents, showing bank statements. We always got to prove ourselves. And I feel like you didn't have to prove yourself in this. We should have been looking side-eye from the beginning on that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't believe how easy it was.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when you think about easy, you often think like if it's this easy, it has to be more to it, right? And people weren't using this money to leverage themselves or leverage their businesses, so that if it did come back, like things in order, you get things legit, but people, they having fun. So what can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just a little shaky there for a second, but it's back.
Okay, so I have a quick question. Do you guys think that people understood the PP loans during the pandemic? Yolanda, what are your thoughts? Do you think they really understood the PPP rules of the loan?
Hell yeah. Yeah, they did. Because half of them didn't even have a business. They didn't have but they knew it was for businesses. Okay, so you had all these hood people, okay, not even hood people, everywhere people were creating businesses. White, Black, Chinese, Latino, whoever, were all creating these fictional businesses, or they even had dormant businesses that were just sitting, not making any money prior. And now they're padding it so that they can get the loan. So I believe that people were very cognizant on what they were doing. Very much so. Yeah, they were even pretty.
Yeah, there were even professionals that are government officials that were doing this, and I'm like,
yes,
people have lost their job. People are losing their job or at risk for losing their job over it, and it's like, was it really worth it? Debra, what are your thoughts? Do you think that people really understood the rules of the PPP loan?
I believe most understood, what they were getting themselves into. Probably thinking that there was going to be like a catch-22, because in the beginning they were like, "Oh, we're going to forgive the loans, under the other administration." But we got T. Rizzy in office, and T. Rizzy and them ain't playing. First of all, they're the biggest crooks. So how you going to scam the scammers? So that's why they're really coming back for that money, because they want to eat filet mignon. They want to buy $2 million pianos with our tax-paying dollars. So of course they're gonna come back. You can't scam the scammers and get away with it. So they got to come back and re-scam us.
Yeah. Ultimate Cloud in the comments said the love of money is the root of all evil, and it's like, I can see if you're leveraging yourself and you're making more money, but it's like you didn't use it. You taking first class flights and you're buying bags. Like, that's not going to sustain you. And it doesn't make any sense, And so I think that people, they didn't really think about this long term. So I think we have a video.
We do have a video, and we're going to go to that right now. Let's see. The video. Come, Selecta.
Yes. Selecta.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you guys got it. I'm on the ones and twos. Give me 1 second to get to the video.
All right. They were buying Beamers and Benzes out there. They were just flossing.
Parking in front of their apartment. You don't even have a garage to put it in. Make it make sense.
Exactly.
No garage, none of that. Oh my goodness.
They could have used that money to start a business.
Yep.
They could have.
And they did.
They definitely could have. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go to our first video. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. It's loading.
You know what I didn't like about the PPP loan?
What?
Is that the government there were a lot of big businesses that were misusing the loan as well. They didn't get in trouble. You don't see their CEO sitting in jail, but the governments are specifically going towards the little person, that one person that may have committed the same infraction. And those little people are in jail. You might as well put those CEOs in jail too as well. But it just shows how the government protects big business. That's not fair.
Nope.
I'm ready for the video. Here we
People
go.
are now going to jail for taking out PPP
Sorry.
loans back in 2020 when they really didn't need to. Now, the woman that I showed you there has gotten the biggest sentencing that any of us have seen. She is going to prison for 9.5 years. She is currently counting down on her TikTok her next 30 days here before she goes and surrenders and gives herself up to police. This woman here was making a video telling people that you did not have to take out the PPP loan. Everybody was doing it back in 2020, and now they're finally starting to go to jail. And we don't know exactly how long this guy is going away for, but he said, I might be going away for a while. That PPP loan came back to bite me. And as people in his comment section pointed out, you thought you were committing fraud, was doing something right. I got 40K in PPP loans and 100% went to pay my employees, and I got a forgiveness letter with no issues. My PPP loan was great. I followed the guidelines, used it correctly, helped my business, all was forgiven. And as you see these articles right here, when you look up PPP loan, the last one, the fourth one right there, back in October, but in the past 11 hours, 3 different people have been charged with crimes regarding their PPP loan. So if you know anyone that got a PPP loan in 2020, check on them.
That's crazy. But I mean, I don't think that people thought long term how, because this doesn't just impact these people. These people have children, these people have families, all for this temporary fame and fortune. You know, so what were your thoughts about the video, Debra?
I couldn't believe how much time that they're giving them. 9 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, did you offer them a payment plan? Is that even happening? Or are you just sentencing them to jail? Like you said, Yolanda, like this is just another preparation for all these new jails that they built and are building. And it's a lot of Black people too. Not, you know, like this is a system, another capitalistic system, because they go to jail, you got to pay for commissary, you got to pay for phone calls. Like it's a vicious cycle in our community, a very vicious cycle. And I don't see a lot of white people on these videos that are going to jail. It's mostly us.
Yeah. And I believe they are going, you know, things are happening because they scam more than we do, to be honest. They're just smarter about it. We're flaunting it on social media. We're not using it to really make ourselves better. We're not reading the fine lines, because I'm sure, and I know they're getting this time, but I'm sure there were things in those documents that said, you know, these are federal documents. These are documents that can incriminate you. I'm sure there's things in there that says it, but people were so worried about the money that they're just signing it, right? They just sign in their name. They're filling them out. They're sending them over, not thinking about what could potentially happen and not even fully reading and understanding the documents. Yolanda, what were your thoughts when you saw that video?
Yeah, so just to piggyback off of Debra, there are a lot of white people and other races that are getting pinched for this whole thing. The only thing is, when we do something, you know, they magnify it because we are the kings and queens of crimes, right? So they will magnify us. But believe me, those people too are going to jail or they are paying fines. Now, this is the thing. A lot of Black businesses are audited by the IRS. Okay. Black businesses are the number one. So it makes sense as to why we see a lot of these people out here on social media now talking about it, because that's just what they're doing. They're targeting Black businesses first, I think, which is why we see so many Black people getting pinched for this whole entire thing. Now, Debra also made a good point about why aren't they offering them a payback plan? Because I would want that. You know, most times, like some of the loans are only $40,000. Within 4 years, you can pay that back. That's like a car note. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But no, they are purposely putting these people in prison for 9 to 10 years because they had already built these prisons that were not filling up. And now here's their chance for the next 10 years to capitalize off the industrial prison complex. It was all planned and all designed, as always.
Yep. I'm going to go over to the comments real quick. Yvette Geary says, half of them use the money to get butt lifts. Walter McLeod says, if it sounds too good to be true and easy to access, leave it alone. I don't feel sorry for anyone that has to pay back or serve time. Yvette Geary says, she said it twice. Half of them use the money to get butt lifts and, mommy makeovers, etc.
It's true.
Massa 100 Thrill says, evil rich people and polite rich people, evil poor people and kind, sovereign poor people. So, I mean, I just think that like we have to make better decisions. And I know we're talking about time and paying the money back, but I'm sure there was verbiage in that paperwork that said specific things where they can say you can potentially get, incriminated, go to jail and do jail time if you do not follow what is in these documents. And so that's why it's so easy to give them time. So I have another quick question. Do you think that social media normalizes scamming culture during the pandemic? Do you think that they did that? Yolanda, what are your thoughts?
Hell yeah. Girl, during the pandemic, every time I flipped somewhere, somebody was driving a Lambo, okay? Something new, all right? And as to the person who was talking about the BBLs, I had a client who went and got a BBL, and she still owes me money. This is why I'm bringing her ass up. Because she could not, after the whole thing was a bust, she could not pay me back the money, that she owed me on her policy, but she went out there and got a BBL with that PPP money, So yeah, there was a lot of misuse of that money.
Yeah.
Okay. People were flossing and tossing, but now they're divorced.
Yes.
Right?
That song come to mind. I'm living my best life. They was living their best life on that PPP money. Do you hear me?
That's true. That's true. I work for a company that figured out a way how to get the money, and they said they were not going to lay off employees. They got the money, and they laid off employees.
Yeah, some companies went out of business, girl.
I'm one of the employees that got laid off.
Oh, that's horrible.
And I saw the money because I used to do accounts receivable. So I saw when the money came in electronically, 2.5 million. Twice. They got $5 million twice.
Wow. So then what was the purpose of them laying you guys off? Because the money was supposed to have covered salaries. So they misused the money if you think about it.
They did.
So if you go to the feds and you report them, are they going to go to jail? Exactly.
I reported it, especially because I got laid off.
But nothing is really going to happen to them. Not for real. Not these big companies.
Big businesses protected. Big businesses are always protected, and they go after the little people. That is so asinine.
It's the little people that make the world go round. It's our tax dollars that makes this world go round. This is our tax money that the government is stealing and using. Don't charge us taxes. Let us keep our money and let us invest it the way we want to invest it.
Correct.
Yeah. And you want to give it to us on the back end in Social Security.
Yeah.
And then you want to tax it again, or you want to tax my Social Security investment money again? I already paid taxes on it once before. Now I got to pay more taxes on it? Come on.
And then when your loved one dies, you got to pay more taxes on the money that you were taxed on numerous times. It is crazy. And I don't understand how it happens. So Walter McLeod, he in the comments said they actually had financial advisors asking people to apply for PPP loans. But they took over common sense. Social media, Booker 1138 says social media is a glorified surveillance tool. It is. You put it all out there. Now you got evidence, right?
Yes,
they didn't have to go looking for it. You put it out there. So, Debra, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like social media is glorifying, this scam culture?
It is. And I feel bad for the younger ones. It is a surveillance, and it is a lot of pressure because you have young people who are on social media seeing other young people flashing what they bought, what they have, and then they're feeling like, oh my God, I haven't made it, putting pressure on themselves or feeling depressed because they're not millionaires yet. They haven't, they don't know if that's a rental car. They don't even know.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of pressure, and social
Yeah.
media does not help.
Nope, not at all.
No.
So I'm gonna kind of go in a different direction. How much responsibility do you feel falls on the government for weak oversight, Deborah?
Our government plays a big part. We don't have any restrictions. Like other countries, their children and teenagers can't even have as much social media as our children have. They're overexposed. That's why their mental is in such a array that it is in, because they have too much coming to them at one time. It's too much access. Even adults can't handle it. So
Yeah.
you think about our little children, our 5-year-olds to 10-year-olds, when their minds are supposed to be being developed,
Yeah.
and they're over inundated with social media, not reading, not comprehension, not mathematics, just swiping. They're just numb. The frontal cortex is numb.
I agree. So it's crazy because I feel like when we think about the pandemic, we were kind of all stuck in the house, right? And so we weren't doing anything. Most people were just on social media. If we didn't have social media, a lot of people wouldn't have been privy to the PPP loans. And I think that because everybody was like, oh, I got this money. Oh, it's this free money. The government is giving out money. It created this influx of people that were seeking out other people, because there were people, and I know I've seen them on social media, that were paying people to do the applications for them. And then some people were even frauding those people and taking the money and having the money deposited into their account. Like, there were all these things going on. And it was because I feel like social media just made it so known, right? Everybody was talking about it. So everybody was going and trying to, to get this money. And I do feel like the government 100% plays a role in the weak oversight. Like, I feel like it was a setup. I feel like they put people in position because, like you said, Yolanda, they make money off of people being in jail, incarcerated, right? And if they're not incarcerated, they're not making money. So they got these empty jail cells, right? Well, not completely empty, but they're not full like they were at one point in time. And so they got to fill them back up, because why would you not have stricter rules in place? When we go to get a loan as a business owner, when I go to get a loan, it is not that easy. So why is it this one time, this PPP loan is just so easy to get? That should have raised a red flag to a lot of people. Yeah. They didn't have to verify anything. There were people that I know that got the PPP loan that don't even have legit businesses. They just put it on the application.
That part right there.
How did we get here? Like, how do you even do that on a normal basis? You almost get denied a lot of the times because, okay, well, this paperwork is not, even if you're legit, this paperwork is not done. This is not done. It's so difficult, especially for African Americans, to get the money. But now you get this PPP loan, and it's so easy for everybody to get. And I don't think that people really thought about it to that extent. Like, why would it be that easy? It has to be a catch to it. It has to be something else to it. Deborah, do we have another video?
We do have another video, and let's get to it. Here we go.
I don't know if this applies to you or not, but people who got PPP loans and EIDL loans are getting subpoenaed. I've been hearing this from colleagues in the industry, along with other people who work at banks, and even myself seeing a few clients get this. So this is real. The pandemic was a free-for-all, but they are not sparing anybody. They're coming after you to see if you claimed all those employees on the PPP. Are they real employees? That income that you claim to get the EIDL loan, is that really reported on your tax return? Because if you remember, during the pandemic, all you had to do is check a box essentially saying that this is true information, and just submitted it, and then they would just automatically send you the money. But now they are checking the documentation to see if you actually, what you claimed on those forms is really true or not. A lot of people got loans where the business never even existed. I mean, that's crazy. Or you never even filed a tax return and you got $150,000 automatically in your bank account. And that's crazy. Even if you've got your loan, your PPP loan forgiven, they can still come after you. It just doesn't mean that it's over because it's forgiven. And there's already a lot of people that have already gotten caught. And I know there's going to be more people facing jail time for these frauds.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I know people personally, like you're hearing these stories of people, not even just going to jail, but can potentially lose their job. You have, again, government officials, different people that shouldn't have been applying for these loans, that are applying for these loans, that are at risk for not just going to jail, but you're at risk, if you don't go to jail, you're at risk for potentially losing your job, your livelihood, your career, something that you've been doing for a long time, over something that now you have nothing. Most people don't even have anything to show for it, which is the crazy part. If I got $150,000, that, first of all, $150,000 is going to stay in the bank. I'm going to make money. I'm going to leverage that money, make it make sense. People didn't do that. They just wanted to have fun. They wanted to keep up with the Joneses. They wanted to live this lavish lifestyle. But then when the money is gone, then what happens? Debra, what were your thoughts about that video?
Even in the forgiveness process, like he said, how they can just come back around. Because I heard a lot of people say, I've been forgiven. I handed in the paperwork. I did all the necessary things. But, T. Rizzy and them is tricksters. T. Rizzy and his crew, they are tricksters. Listen, none of them are qualified to do the jobs they do. Think about that part. And then they can come after you? Like, do y'all even know what box to check? Did y'all even know how to fill out that application? They don't even know their own jobs that are representing us as a country, but you're going to come after me or the next person who did this. It's asinine. I'm telling you, this whole thing is blowing my mind. It really, really is. It really is.
On top of the fact that I think that people that took out these loans, they didn't think about the long game, right? So what happens when you file your taxes and your taxes don't align with what you filled out in this paperwork? So they're not thinking about how they're catching themselves up, whether you're on social media or not. If you're seeing one thing on this document, but then you file taxes and the taxes say something totally different, you've just flagged yourself. And I don't think that people thought about it. They were thinking in the moment, I need this now. I want this now. I wanted to be able to do X, Y, and Z, because during the pandemic, there was money coming in from everywhere. Like, we had so much money coming in. And so people were just thinking about the right now moment, and they didn't think about the long game. They didn't think about, okay, I took this money out. Let me align with my accountant, because most of these people that didn't have businesses, their friends did their, they probably did their taxes, that are not real tax professionals. They just do taxes. And so they're not doing their due diligence to make sure that, okay, I checked this box. I said I had a certain amount of employees. I said I made a certain amount of money to make it align. They didn't do that. And so it just puts us in a bad situation. So Yolanda, what were your thoughts?
Another thing, they have to use their brain. Okay. The IRS is going to check to see if you had like a business. They're going to check to see if you had a business in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and these subsequent years. These people didn't file taxes on that shell business in 21, 22, 23, and 24. They just forgot about the business. They just took the money, forgot about the business. So they're not doing their due diligence either, So that's their fault. In a sense, that is their fault. And then another thing, I had a client of mine, a friend. She's really she used to be my friend. She came to me and asked if I could refer people to her so she can do their PPP loans for them. And she was going to give me money. And I was like, hell to the no. Okay. She was like, "Hi, girl, you can get paid." And I said, "No, I just don't want to." Something in my spirit was like, hell no. I was like, I don't want no parts of that. I said, "I love you, sis, but no parts of that." I said, "You be great." And she ended up owing the government lots of money. She's in a little bit of a trouble right now because of it. So,
well,
wow, Yolanda, you would have been doing a show. We would have been like, we have a collect call from Yolanda Smiley.
What's up, Fly Nubian Queen?
She's coming in to be on Fly Nubian Money to talk about what happened.
We would have the AI Yolanda. We would have the AI Yolanda here.
Exactly. Tell us what happened, Yolanda. I'm back here.
Girl, she caught me out. She got me caught up. But I was not doing it. Something in my spirit was like, hell no, this is not going to work. This is a scam. It just felt so weird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she, on the other hand, made when I say tons of money, y'all, tons of money, but she ended up having to pay it back. So
you did the right thing. Look,
She probably has not much to show for it. That's the unfortunate part. You do all this stuff to make money, and then you have nothing to show for it. You didn't leverage yourself. You owe all this money, so you put yourself further in debt. It doesn't make sense. I'm with you, Yolanda. I'm not built for jail.
no, neither am I, girl. I'm too cute.
Listen, I'm not built for jail. I ask questions. You can't just come to me like I'm not driven by money. Money is not my driving force. Freedom is my driving force, right?
Correct.
And so if I do something chasing money and end up in jail, now I have no freedom at all. So when that stuff was happening, I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. Like I can't see it just being that easy to just get all this money, and you don't have to worry about no repercussions or nothing happening. Walter.
Uh-oh, Dominique got stuck.
I think she was going to read Walter.
Oh,
Mama Walterine McLeod.
the
Said the
government
government will always wait 5 or more years to come back on you. Just be honest and keep the receipts.
Yep.
Yeah, you froze a little bit, Dominique.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the thing. That's why you have to look at at this as being a plan. They waited. They were going to see what these people were going to do. Are you going to file that shell company in 2021? Are you going to file taxes on that shell company in 2022, 23, 24, 25? Now we're in 26, and now they are arresting you because your ass forgot to file your taxes on that shell company or that fake company that you had.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Another thing, Dominique, after people got the PPP loans, the government kind of did their checks and balances. They were calling everybody who got in the PPP loans just so that they can verify the business that they received the loan on. Some people did not complete that survey. So I think the government went after those people first.
Okay.
Because they just didn't complete the survey.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, so you're not completing this. You must be hiding something. And they were the first to get investigated.
Yep. There were people in the Chicagoland area that had Section 8 public housing they lost their housing because of this. I was like, they lost their government housing because of the PPP loans.
Wow.
Like what? Wow. I just don't understand what people were thinking about. I have a quick question for you. Did either one of you guys apply for the PPP loans? Yes. Okay.
No,
as a business owner, I certainly did. I had the right to do it, and I didn't get a lot of money. And I'm happy I didn't get a lot of money, but I certainly did. And I used that money, and I scaled up. Yeah, I scaled up. I will tell y'all how much I got. I only got $18,000. Okay, it wasn't a lot of money, but we used that money to scale up just a little bit more.
Yeah. And what are some of the things that you did that you felt protected you from what is happening now?
First of all, I had a lawyer. Okay. Number one. Hey, Attorney Compton, how you doing? Okay. Because she checked everything for me. She's the one who checked everything for me. Okay. I was not about to be out there like Willie Lump getting a loan for no reason. And again, it was not a lot of money that I received because I only had one employee at the time. So and my employee was part-time. That's it. And their salary was that amount. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I wasn't trying to get up or make because I could have easily embellished more, because when you go to do those loans, they want you to input the information. They don't have anything to go by. You're putting the information in. So I could have easily said, oh, I made $1 million, and they would have given me millions of dollars and a PPP, loan for giving it. No, I was not doing any of that.
Yeah. And Debra, you didn't do it at all. You didn't apply for it at all.
No. Yeah. I did not apply. And people did come to me. They came. Yeah. The scammers came. And I remember one young lady being walked out of her job, her good Black police officer's job. And they took the police officer's department computer, because we was using their computer to process these applications.
What?
I'm like, what in the What in the
It's
Willy
just
Wonka
not
is
worth
going
it.
on in the candy factory? What
I
are y'all?
think sometimes people are a little like slow. Like your stuff can be tracked. Like why would you use something that, especially a company computer, where IT can hack into your computer, see everything that you're doing? Like I just think that people just don't think. People get greedy and they
Yeah.
don't think about what they're doing. Like
The
it
greed
just,
was superseding the logic. The
Yeah,
greed
And
was
that's how she
superseding
got
the
caught.
logic.
She got caught because of the IP address.
Dumb.
The
Dumb.
IP address.
Sometimes in cases like that, people deserve jail. Seriously, you need to learn
lost
a
your
lesson.
good pension. You work for the police department. You done lost your good pension just to make money on the side. Just go make it honestly. Go make the money honestly.
because it sounds like they're going after not just the people that applied for the PPP loans, but the people that actually completed the PPP loans. And I don't know how they're bringing it back to them. Maybe they put their name on the application as the person that completed the application.
They have to.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it sounds like they're not just going after the people that actually got the money. They're also going after people that completed the loans for the people that got the money, or
Yeah.
complete the applications for the people that got the money.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy. We have some stats too. So let's see.
We can pull up the stats.
Okay.
Over 562,000 PPP borrowers have reportedly been referred for potential fraud investigations. That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
It is.
The loans in questions are tied to approximately $22.2 billion. The U.S. government distributed trillions in pandemic relief funds during COVID-19.
Trillions?
Trillions. That's
Yeah.
where that money
Money back.
And federal investigators estimate billions may have been improperly obtained through fraud and false applications. Social media posts showing luxury purchases, cars, cash, and vacations became evidence in multiple fraud cases. Many small businesses legitimately relied on PPP loans to survive pandemic shutdowns.
I know I did.
Yeah.
I
know businesses that, really needed that money during the pandemic, to keep their doors open. And they're still open now, but they went through the appropriate channels. They did what they were supposed to do. Yolanda, I like what you said when you said you use an attorney. You better cover your bases, especially when it comes to funds that the government is giving you. Like, do your due diligence. Like, don't just, if they're just giving it away that easy, you need to question that and make sure you're doing everything that you need to do. If you don't understand that contract, that's what attorneys for. Pay that money so they can help you understand what you're getting yourself into, the liability associated with it, and making sure that you're completing it, correctly.
Because Dominique, I did not trust that PPP loan thing. I felt that this was a big scam. I said, something's up. The government is out to get regular people. And my attorney said, no, it's really there as long as you have a legit business. Now, I had my business for 14 years before and after this whole pandemic. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why she helped me navigate the whole system. And I actually asked for less than what I was supposed to have gotten. I didn't need all that.
Yeah.
I didn't need all that. I just needed enough money to cover my employee at the time. That's it.
Yeah.
Some businesses took the money and went out of business.
Exactly. See,
so what happens to them? And this is not little businesses. I'm talking about major corporations, major celebrities as well.
Correct.
Also got this money. They're not talking about them.
That's why are they protected and Leroy down the block isn't? Why?
Because they go after the small fish. And you got to think about it too, Yolanda, like you said, those big companies, they do their due diligence. They have a check and balance. So sometimes it's hard to really trace what they're doing because they have things lined up. They're following the rules per se, right? And we don't, because we don't know. We're just filling out the application like check. Is that easy? and we don't do what we need to do. So again, I like what you said when you said that you use an attorney. If you don't understand the verbiage in a contract, like I like to read, I'm not signing nothing. I don't care if I go to the doctor's office. You're going to have to wait because I'm reading this, because it's stuff in there that is crucial. Whether you're at the doctor's office, you at the bank, you need to read what you're signing, because sometimes you're like, hey, wait a minute, like can this happen? Is this true? So you can get a better understanding, and people don't. And especially when it comes to money, I feel like money is the root of all evil, because we chase that. Now, I believe, the love of it. Now, I believe that we should be wealthy, but I think it should be associated with freedom, being able to move around, create generational wealth, not to flaunt nice things, and I'm not against having nice things, but that shouldn't be our driving force. Our driving force should be to make our families and our generations better, to make our life better, to be able to move around like we want to have stability, not to have just the things that everybody has, right? And then when it's said and done, you have nothing to show for it. These people, I'm sure, have nothing to show for none of this money that they have, which is sad to me.
Yeah, they should. I'm telling you, they really should have taken it. It's like the drug dealer out in the street in the 80s, right? They bringing in millions of dollars a week. Why the hell? And they go to jail, but they come out with nothing.
No way.
Nothing.
Why didn't you take that millions of dollars and invest in the neighborhood, buy up the whole block?
Yep.
Invest in legitimate businesses. Yep. Have your family in legitimate businesses, so that if something happens to you, go to jail, you can come back to it.
Yep.
They did not. It's just, I don't get it, my people.
Yep. I'm with you.
Use it as leverage. If you're going to do that shit, okay?
Yeah.
Use it as leverage.
Because it's temporary, right? This eventually you're going to either die or go to jail when you live in that life, right?
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
We don't. We're greedy. We get so caught up in the fame and fortune associated with having this money, and we don't think about the long game. We got to start thinking about the long game as opposed to right now in this moment. So I know a few people that are genuinely scared about, the repercussions of this PPP loan. Do you think that people are genuinely scared right now? And do you guys know anybody that is scared, Yolanda?
Yeah, one of my friends, she's scared because, again, she took millions of dollars, and even though they told her to pay it back, she doesn't know her fate. But my thing is, if you took out a PPP loan, if you did nothing wrong, there is nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of, because you did what you had to do. But if you know that you had no business taking out that damn loan, okay? Yeah. I mean, you might as well turn yourself in right now, because they coming to get you. What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boy.
Yeah,
bad boy. That's right. Because they coming. Yeah.
They coming. Debra, what about you? Debra, what about you?
What was the question again?
Can you? Do you know anybody that is genuinely scared, or do you think people are genuinely scared right now about the PPP loans? People coming after them about them?
Yes, I do. I do know our community is genuinely scared, and I don't even know why we're playing chicken with the government. The government ain't never been for us, about us, ain't been good to us, so I don't even know why we mess with them like that. Like, we just really need to work together with each other.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when they put the guns in. You remember they put the guns in Chicago? They put barrels of guns in Chicago and had all the young people go over there and take a gun. This is what this is reminding me of. They put millions of dollars in our community, and we just clicked on a computer and took some money. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to come back and get you in some way. They're going to come back and get you. Now they're arrested. If you get caught with a gun in Chicago, your ass going to jail. Okay, they gave you the gun. They gave you the gun, but they didn't tell you to take it.
Yeah,
they're singing the song. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out.
It's a setup. It is a setup.
It's all a setup. This is why I
Wait.
know this was all designed, because they know human nature. Why? Tell them that is human nature. They know it. They
That
know
part.
Michael
That
Jackson
part.
was good. Michael Jackson
I
was
always think about Candy's aunt when she said, "Todd, that was a setup that Todd created." Sorry, Candy, I had to throw that one in there. I'm sorry, girl, but that's how the government's the same way.
They are. And we fall for it every single
like
time.
fools. Like
Every
fools.
time.
Do you
Every
guys feel
time.
like African Americans are more scrutinized than other races? Deborah, since you brought it, you talked about it. Do you think we're scrutinized?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. For the last 500 years we have been on these American lands. Yes. 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 And yes.
Yep, got them. They're like,
Got them
always
again.
shine
Got
a
them
light
again.
on us. They
Yeah.
always shine the light on us. If it's negative, we are getting that light shine. A white person can do the same exact crime that we do, and it will just look worse on our end. Worse on our end because we did it. It's almost as if on a higher level, they put Black people on a moral higher level than because they are expected to rob, rape, and steal and kill and do all that other good stuff. But when we do it, they're like, how dare you? You know, and it's just
we're the chosen
magnify
people.
it.
We're the chosen people, and we should know better.
Yeah, and that's the
hold
point.
our own selves to a higher standard. We are the chosen people, and that's why they look at us like that. They know we have the moral compass in us. They know that we have our spiritual faculties within us, and they don't.
And they don't, which is why they're like, we get the big bright light shined on us when we do something egregious.
And we always end up on top, you know, like everything that we've been through, we always end up on top. We always end up okay. So I think it's like they want to take us down. They want to find ways to keep their foot on our heads. And they use things like this to try to do that. Like, we're going to keep our Black men in jail. We're going to keep the kids away from their parents, because you got to think about it. When we're hearing these stories, this stuff does not just impact these people that did it. It impacts the children, because if the parents are in jail, think about it. That lady's going to jail for 9 years. The video that we watched, she has children. Depending on the age of her children are going to grow up without their mother. Let's talk about this. They're not going to have their mother. So before it was a big push to get African-American men out the household and to get African-American, have them in jail, right? But now the women are going.
Because we're now the breadwinners. That's why. Do you see it?
Yeah.
We are now really the breadwinners in the family, and they're just trying to just further dismantle our family in any way possible.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to get that sister don't need 9 years. Let her ass pay that shit back, or give her 9 years of house arrest. You know, the thing is, a lot of these people who are committing these PPP crimes have really never done a real live crime. They never really stolen or beat somebody over the head with something. These are just regular old people that just got caught up and their eyes got greedy. They got greedy. They're regular people like you and me.
Yeah.
You know, they just allowed this to get caught up with them. I don't think they deserve time. Put them on house arrest. Let them pay back. Give them a chance to pay back that money.
Right.
Right.
That part.
I agree with you. Like,
this is why I know for certain that they set up these prisons, okay? Because these prisons, I'm telling y'all, they were sitting empty. Prisons were not, before in 2019, prisons are not as full as they once were. All right. Black people started smartening up. They was like, oh, we ain't going to nobody jail. But now your ass is, you know, now your ass is. This was just their ultimate way of getting us to go back to their prison in some way. They got us.
Yeah.
They got us.
And this time, not only are the men going, but women are going to jail. That's what breaks my heart. It's like, kids they're losing their parents, right? Somebody else has to raise them. And then even from the parents' perspective, not knowing that this is going to cause you to go to jail. You thinking like it done blew over. We in 2026. This happened in 2020, right? We thinking you thought it blew over. And now you're going to jail. Now your children, are not going to have parents. And it's just devastating. But
because that's really sad.
It is. It is. And it's like they're trying to prove like we're gonna prove a point. We're gonna show people that they need to do better. I think you have a Yolanda, you have a Black woman fact.
I do, girl.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
That's my boo, Toni Morrison. I absolutely love her. Toni Morrison. Debra, you got something I can read? Toni Morrison is honored during Black Women's History Month as a pioneering novelist, editor, and professor who centered Black life and women's experience in American literature. She was the first Black woman to win the Nobel Prize, in literature in 1993 and served as a senior editor at Random House. You know one thing I like about Toni Morrison, my own fact?
What?
Toni Morrison took other Black, she wasn't stingy. She served as a senior editor for Random House. And at the time, Random House was a white-owned editorial publishing establishment. And they hardly touched Black writers. When Toni Morrison got there, people knew who Black writers were. Okay. And they became Random House writers because of Toni Morrison. She lifted us up. She got on and she took us along with her. That's what I loved about her. She wasn't stingy. She brought us along with her. And that's how we should be in our community. When we get up there, we should bring people along with us for the ride. We should all shine. Absolutely. There's enough room for all of us to eat. Enough cake.
Absolutely. I love that. So we are about to go into our final thoughts. So we're going to go over our final thoughts and then you guys can just let the people know where they can find you. So I actually have a question. What lessons should young entrepreneurs learn from this? And I'm going to start with you, Debra.
I believe young entrepreneurs, first of all, should learn whatever business that they're going into, know the business from the ground up. Don't just, have a business and have somebody else running it. Know your business, know what you're doing, be very knowledgeable of it, know the paperwork, know your paperwork, what files need to be filed, your taxes, if hire a professional, don't think you can do all of this on your own, and keep your receipts, scan them digitally, keep copies. We're trying to get away from paper, but if you can hold on to the paper neatly and not have it all over the place, I would say, hold on to your papers as well. But just be established and have your things together and just don't depend on someone else to run your business for you. Know how your business is ran. If you were not there, of course you train people to do it. But if you had to jump back in, know your business. And don't get caught up in the PPP scam. If it ever comes around again, don't, or have your stuff in order. If you have a legit business and you're entitled to the money and you can, pay it back when it's time to pay it back, do it legitly, not illegitly, because we see what's happening. You don't want to go to jail and lose your business. My name is Debra E. Williams. This has been a great cultural conversation that we had today on Fly Nubian Money. You can find me on YouTube as Debra Will Win 11. And soon I'm going to have my platforms open back up and I'll tell y'all when. Thank you. Have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day, mothers.
Thank you. Yolanda?
Same question for the young entrepreneurs. I would tell them, oh goodness, get lawyered up. Always make sure that you get lawyered up because those lawyers, I'm telling you, you're going to need it. I needed my lawyer so many times during my business, okay? So make sure that you get a good attorney that's on your side. Also, if you do have the means, try to hire a business coach within your field that can help guide you as to what to do. Because I'm pretty sure they were there before and they'll be able to assist you in how, and just you leveraging your business and you opening your business and you pushing your business forward. That's what I would tell them. Get a good attorney and a good business coach. And stay away from those PPP loans if you can. Anywho, you can reach me at mwhitney.com. I am an insurance broker to the stars, and you are the star. Okay, that's why I'm an insurance broker to the stars, because you're the stars. But reach me at mwhitney.com. I can insure anything plus your pinky toe. Give me a call, and also you can also reach me on YouTube and Facebook, Extraordinary Women, on Sundays. At 7 p.m., we do a spiritual show about metaphysical topics. Reach us there as well. But thank you for having me, as always.
Thank you. So I would say to young people, I'm gonna piggyback off of these ladies. Have your stuff in order. If you don't understand something, reach out to somebody, right? Contracts, get attorneys, have your business set up legitly, and don't just chase the money. Understand what this money is going to do, how this money is going to impact you. Because the thing is, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you do it right, but we have to make sure that if we're starting businesses, that our businesses are set up legitly so that we can access these opportunities. But the opportunities that we are accessing is not going to lead us to jail time or lead us, to owe money. So we want to make sure that we are handling our business. We're doing what we're supposed to do. I like the fact that Yolanda said, have a business coach, have somebody that can guide you. And again, if you don't understand what's in that contract, it's okay. But reach out to somebody, even if it costs money, it's okay. Reach out to somebody that can help you navigate that contract so you don't find yourself in trouble. So I am Dominique Morgan. I am one half of the Whitmore Group, and I can be found on all social media platforms at the Whitmore Group. And you can go to our website, thewhitmoregroup.com, to find out what we are doing and what is happening. And so as we end today, at the end of the day, fast money always comes with real consequences. A lot of people saw opportunity during the pandemic, but not everyone stopped to think about what would happen once the audit started and attention shifted. This conversation is not just about fraud. It's about financial desperation, social pressure, and culture that often celebrates appearances more than stability. Because when people start risking their future for quick money, it usually says something bigger is happening underneath the surface financially. So thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful mothers. We do a lot. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. And we will catch you guys next week at the same time. We are here Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Have a good weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Jamona. Human nature.